Hello, Boos. Welcome. This is my dear friend, Nik West, who I just met for the second time. No, but we met years ago. I think it was 9 years ago or something like that.
9 years ago.
While at Prince's album listening party.
Yes, for Artificial Age.
For Artificial Age, the album I photographed, and the artist that you were working with.
Yes.
Prince.
Yes.
This is Prince's protege. She plays the bass. She's so talented. I'm gonna link all her info in the info box below. But you're currently on tour here in Europe, and you made it all the way to Stockholm. And Max was like, "Date night. We're gonna go see Nik West."
And I was so excited to see you in the audience because I got on
stage.
stage.
Did you see me? I couldn't tell because it's like so dark.
I did, but I kept looking up.
Oh, okay.
Because I was looking in the audience first. I'm like, I don't see Maya, because it's easy to spot a brown person in Sweden, right? So I'm like, look, she must be up there. And then somehow like the light did something and I was like, there she is.
Okay, the concert was amazing.
Thank you.
And it gave Max and I the overdose of inspiration, talent, creativity, and culture. Like, we be out here in Europe, and sometimes where we live, we don't get the culture that we need. So you bring that to us.
Thank you. And the crazy story about that, you mentioned culture. I sang a song that I haven't sang in years called Black Beauty.
Yes, you did.
In Sweden. And I was like, look, I
The
know.
irony.
It's like, look, I know that I'm in Sweden.
Yeah.
But I'm going to sing the song anyway. And they loved it.
They loved it. And it's important because, Europe isn't what I used to think it was. When I used to think of Europe, I'd be like, oh, it's like white people capital.
Yeah.
But us immigrants be out here, so it's
There's a
getting
lot of us.
diverse.
Yeah.
So what I love about Nik is I've been following her journey on Instagram and seeing her evolution. And even though it started with Prince as a base, what I'm inspired by is your creativity. She's a mom, she's a mother, and she's on tour with your husband and your son.
Yes.
So tell us a little about that, because a lot of women think I have to choose either motherhood or my career. How does that resonate with you?
I was one of those women that thought that too. Because obviously, especially in an industry that I work in, which is music, it's all about how you look, how available you are, how single you are.
Okay.
Because of course, when you are doing what I do, I'm playing the bass and I'm singing on stage, you want to be able to sell this to men. Like you want to be able to sell it to everybody. So backstory.
Yeah.
I was working with somebody a few years ago. He was managing me. And a musician, she got pregnant.
Okay.
And he told me, he's just like, oh, well, her career's over.
Oh.
And so I'm like, oh, wow, like this is what they think.
Right.
A woman's career is over if she gets pregnant. And so I was like, I don't want children. And I was kind of always the kind of girl that was just like, I'm good with no kids. Like, I'm Superwoman. Hey, I'm Superman.
Yeah.
I don't need kids.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even play with like my friends' kids.
Yeah.
It was just like, hi, okay, bye.
It's such a foreign concept.
Yes. And so then I met my husband, who desperately wanted kids. Like, I love babies. I really want a baby. And I knew that if I was going to really be married to him,
that's
eventually I would need to probably have a baby. Because I loved him that much. I'm like, okay, I'll have this baby for you.
Yeah. Not I'll have this baby for you. But you loved him that much.
I'm just, this is Shameless Maya, so I have to keep it 100%. And to be honest, we kind of like went back and forth about, I was like, no, I don't think I want, and then he would get his feelings hurt, and so it was kind of like
Was this before marriage or after?
This is when we were married.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he knew that you didn't want kids.
Yeah, I told him from in the beginning. I don't want kids.
Yeah.
And so, but I loved him enough to be like, you've been everything to me. He's literally have been everything to me, and I'm just like, give this man give him a baby.
One kid.
But not knowing, let me pop out this one baby, but not knowing that having a baby would change my life and change it for the better. Like,
for the better.
For the
so
better.
You can see now on the other side to Nik, who was not pregnant and didn't want kids, it's fine.
Yeah.
And can you still do it both? Can you do the career? Can you do motherhood? How is that?
I do the career, I do motherhood, but it's very, very important that you have a partner that really supports that.
Yes.
has to support your career, who it is you are and want to be,
Yeah.
even before the baby, to being a he's a very hands-on father. Like he's my number one fan.
Yeah.
So, and that made sense. Okay, I'm gonna have a baby because I love this man that much and I trust him.
And he's there. He's a
there.
present father and
Yes.
partner, helping you to not only be a mother but to live your dreams.
Yeah.
And so they're on tour here in Europe, and it was so funny. I was on her stories, and she's backstage, full on like costume, ready for the stage, and she's rocking her. How old is he now?
He's one.
He's a 1-year-old, rocking him to sleep, and I was just like, you are a powerhouse. So I just thought that was very inspiring.
Thank you. Well, that's the thing. I feel like
This interview with Nik West is over an hour long, and we talk about so much, everything from our fourth trimesters, the struggles, the fears about being a Black woman in the medical system in the US, as well as here in Sweden. We also talk about faith and our journey and what it's played in our life and our careers. So to listen to that conversation, click the link in the info box below, sign up for the Mother Creative tier, and join us as we have conversations. My goal is to create a community of mothers who are creatives, who are entrepreneurs, who just want to be inspired and feel a sense of belonging. I'll see you over there on my Patreon. But now, let's get back into this conversation.
society does make us feel like, okay, we really can't do it all, and I mean, we can't do everything
No, yeah.
on our own.
Yeah.
So
On our
that
own.
that is true.
Yeah.
But we can do it all when we have a support system,
Yeah.
a supportive partner, and that's what I feel like. Okay, I'm getting ready to walk on stage. It's literally midnight. Baby's not trying to go to sleep. I'm backstage. I'm like, let me rock him. He gets to sleep. 2 minutes later, I step on stage, and nobody knows what's going on. And I just start doing my thing, get off stage, and grab my baby. We get in the car, and we go back to the hotel. So
And that's how you do it. If there's a
That's how I
will,
do it.
there's a way.
there's a way.
You will figure it out. How did you and your husband meet? How were you able to find such a supportive partner to help you on your journey?
Okay, so so my husband's from Georgia,
Okay, yeah.
as you know. I was on tour,
Hold on. Backstory: Georgia, the country.
Georgia the country, y'all. Okay, so I was on tour. I went to Georgia to perform, and I met him. I don't remember meeting him. He says we met. I came backstage, I took a picture with you, and I'm like,
Interesting.
but I'm just thinking, okay, I'm taking pictures with people that come backstage.
Right.
I may remember faces, maybe I don't.
Right.
And so he actually happened to be on school break.
Okay.
So
School
he-
break.
School break. School break.
What school break?
College.
College?
Break. College break. In like December, it was like December, so it was like winter break.
Okay.
Around Christmas. New Year's, actually. I did New Year's show.
Okay.
Apparently, he says that we met, we had a whole conversation. Me and the band, my sister, him, we kind of all went to dinner. This is all what he says.
You don't remember the
I don't
dinner?
remember any of this stuff because when I'm on tour, like I meet
So
a lot
much,
of people. We
yeah.
do so many things, and I may not remember a name or
Okay.
face.
Yeah.
I went back to Georgia probably like a year later, and I did their festival, and I was opening for like Lauryn Hill and Chris Brown, all of them, and he was there, and he somehow shows up near our hotel, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna marry you," and I was like, "Who are you?" Like, I don't even know you.
I love this. He made a declaration.
I'm like, I don't even know you. And of course, he was on summer break. So he's back in his home
Okay.
country visiting and at the festivals. And I was like, please, I'm a tough cookie. You don't even know me like that.
Right.
And the band was like shaking their head like,
You tried it. You tried it.
so, you know, and then we left. Never thought anything else of it again. I get back to LA. He's back in LA, and he DMs me, slid in my DMs.
So what, he's back in LA because he's in school in LA?
Yes.
Okay.
So he slid in my DMs and was like, hey, let me take you for a dinner. And I'm like, no, I'm not interested in him. Like,
yeah. Who are you?
I have always been interested in, I don't know, I guess people that look like me. And if they look like me, they had to be like the blackest of the black, like the darkest you could ever find. And so he was like the complete opposite of that. And my mom was like, give this guy a chance.
Your mom, hold on. How did you told your mom, like, oh,
I told my mom, I said, this guy is like bugging me. Like, he really wants me to go out with him. And I'm like, I don't know. He's not my type.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean he's not your type? And I'm like, well, he's white. He's just not my type. And she's like, give him a chance. So I went out on a date with him. Well, before it was a date, I said, okay. He said, I will invite you to Macy Gray's listening party. Meet me there.
Interesting. He pulled that card.
Right, because him and Macy, you know, they've been friends since he was like really young. And I was like, okay, I like Macy Gray. I'll come. I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
I was like 2 hours late to these events.
Oh, wow.
Because I wanted to make sure he knew I'm not with you. This is not a date.
Right.
I'm just coming. Showing up.
Okay.
And then after that, we got in a cab. We went to, you know, different events. And he said, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, you guys, I'm mean. I'm so mean.
Yeah.
I'm so mean. And he says, okay, I'm telling the Uber driver, okay, what? Just turn left and then go this way and go this way to get, like, me and the Uber driver, like, arguing back and forth. And then Nico, he, like, puts his hand on my leg and he's just like, let me handle this. I got this. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
that's nice.
He took the lead, and I feel like he was not intimidated by how strong I was or how independent I was. He was like, I got this. Mm-hmm. And I think that was the moment that I was like, okay, I think I can do something with this.
Yeah.
And that was our first
date.
Yeah.
And now how did he end up becoming your tour manager? Because you said he was in college.
Yeah, so just to backtrack, so the first time that I did go to Georgia, his dad, his family is known for basically bringing music into basically like the Soviet Union era when it was forbidden.
Forbidden?
It was forbidden.
Oh.
So they weren't allowed to bring popular music into Georgia because they were part of the Soviet Union.
Right, okay.
That many years ago. So when I came to Georgia, his dad brought me there. So he's always kind of been in music in a certain way, whether he was meeting artists or just kind of like watching his dad.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, he's got the goods. You're gonna be my tour manager. I mean, you're my husband. We can travel together.
And so how did he know Macy Gray? Because his dad was the. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So he got to meet different artists and things like that, and I feel like every manager or everybody that I would kind of have like an encounter with that I wanted to try to, okay, you're going to be my manager, or you're going to be my booking agent. He would always be like, no, I don't trust that person. So he would always
as a partner,
he would just be like, I don't trust that person. I was like, well, do you think you can do it better?
Right.
It's like, I think I could.
Oh, really?
And I was like, okay, you be my tour manager then.
So how is it working together with your husband as a tour manager?
Amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Because we get to travel together, and it's not just us traveling together and then him just loving me as a person, but he loves my music. He loves me as a fan. He's just like, he's at every show. He films every show, and he's just like, Black Beauty, I loved it tonight, or I loved Forbidden Fruit tonight. Like, he gives feedback.
So supportive. Max and I were sitting on the balcony, and we just saw him on the stairs in one moment, and then another moment we see him on the balcony, and he's filming the whole time. And it was just so beautiful to see not only him supporting by getting like social media footage, video footage, but then also like leading you through the crowd because he's a big dude. Mm-hmm. And so Max is like, why is he doing that? I'm like, not the Swede asking this question, because Swedes, I mean, Max being Swedish doesn't understand like this like machismo. But I'm like, that's her security guard too. Like, he's doing it all. We got many hats to wear on tour.
Yeah, he's my security guard, and he is so protective of me. And I always feel like I have to be Superwoman. Like, I have to do this, and I feel like I have to wear this badge of I need to be 10 times better to be thought of as half as good.
Right.
You know? But he makes me feel like you're the best thing in the world, and I got you. I got you. I can be vulnerable with him, and I made a good choice.
You made an excellent choice. So what would your advice be to women who are single and haven't dated outside?
Take yourself out of the box, because I literally feel like this man he's the best person I've ever dated. Like
Yeah.
I married him when I never wanted to get married.
You
I
never even
wanted
wanted
to have
marriage?
no.
Okay.
I never wanted to have kids. I never wanted to do this thing.
The
And
traditional.
never. And he inspired me because he protects me. Look, think outside of the box because it could be the best gift you've ever had.
Yeah.
You know.
And keep in mind, he was a college student.
Yes.
So the qualities, what were the qualities you looked for?
The qualities I looked for was, can I trust him? It's like, can I trust him? And the crazy thing is like when we date, we're always asking ourselves, okay, we'll have fun, but can I really trust him?
Yeah. What's his money?
And
What's his bank account? Where did he go to school? What does he look like? Who his family is?
All of those things. And it's like, can I trust him? And it's not just, can I trust him that he won't cheat on me? It's, can I trust him with me?
Right.
Like, can I be vulnerable if I want to be vulnerable? Can I put everything out on the table and he takes it and like, you know, like holds it?
Yeah.
And I feel like that was a thing for me that it set it off. You know, he put me on a pedestal and just, I can trust him. That's big. It's huge.
And I think a lot of people might confuse this pedestal thing because for myself, Max, similar thing, like I know he's level-headed, but when it came to me, I felt like, till this day, like he sees me and he's like, you're so beautiful, you're so gorgeous. And there's nothing better than feeling like adorned. And
Yes.
and there's so many times in relationships, backtracking to when you said like you were dating like the darkest of black men.
Yeah.
I was in a similar boat where I will date black Hispanic. My ex-husband was black Hispanic, and then the guys, I've only dated black men, to be honest. And Max was such a wild card.
Yeah.
But the respect, like I've had guys that hit on me, but they don't want to let me know, they don't want me to get too gas-headed.
Yep.
Like I don't want you to get ahead of yourself.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, so what? Like spit on me? Like be late on me? Like, but Max, despite him being a college student at the time, he like booked a flight to see me on his credit card. He's like, I don't care. I might not have the money yet, but I got to see this woman. And so that pursuit and like you are a prize, and the fact that you're still single, like, I'm not gonna let this opportunity pass up. So,
And that's, it's one thing to say, like you said, he booked it on his credit card. I don't care if I have the money right now, but I need to see this woman.
yeah.
So many of us as women feel like, well, he has to be making this
Yeah.
much money. He has to be making at least what I'm making or more than what I'm
Yeah.
making. But that's not reality. You know, I married a college student.
Yeah, same.
And college students, they really
No.
don't have anything. Like when I was in college, well, I didn't have anything either.
Same.
But I have built my career. I've built my life. I don't need a man to take care of me financially, but I need a man to take care of my heart.
Yes.
You know, and that's what matters. It's like, baby, I will fund us.
Yeah.
Until you find whatever it is you
Until
want to
you
do.
figure it out, because the reality is, I don't want a lazy man.
Mm-hmm.
And so I asked myself, also looking back, Maya, where were you at 25,
Yeah.
26? And
Yeah.
I'm like, I was working as a cocktail waitress in New York. I didn't have that much money, but I had the drive and the ambition. So does Max have the drive and the ambition to change his circumstances? And he does. And
Yep.
with me, I think my career changed at like 31.
Okay.
So when I do the math, I'm like, yeah. And regardless, I can see a bit of me in him, and I trust him.
Oh my God. Same.
You can see yourself in.
Same.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I see myself in him. I'm just like, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
You have this drive and this ambition,
Yeah.
and
You see
you
it.
you gonna get it. You're
Yeah.
gonna get it.
It was interesting.
And
'cause,
it's like he's got it. you
yeah,
know?
he
So-
figured it out, and now he's here. He's like doing tours with other recording artists as well. And so my message to women is like, just look at their heart, look at their where their mind is at.
Yeah.
Like, are they into distractions? Are they into excuses? Like, if they are, run. But if they are doing their best to get to the next level and are not intimidated by your success, take another look.
Take another look. Take a deep look. Try it out.
And if you don't like it, then continue,
on,
move
right.
on. Like, you have nothing to lose.
Right.
So yeah, that is very beautiful. So you go from dating to marriage and to now motherhood.
Yes.
This is what I love, because it's a similar journeys here. How was that chapter? How did you even say, this is the year that I'm gonna, did you decide on having a baby?
Yes.
You did.
Well, we just did it and we got pregnant.
So you decided and then you did it and then it happened.
Yes. Yes. And of course, like me getting pregnant in my 30s, it doctors say, oh, well, you know, you need to have a baby by this age and this, that, and this, what. But as soon as we tried, we got pregnant.
Same with Max and I. And like, what was like the mental journey that you went on? Because you went from not wanting kids to being in that position.
Right. So we got pregnant. I was really excited about it, but COVID and all of this stuff kind of like messed everything up. He got COVID, and then they thought that I was going to have the miscarriage. I was bleeding and stuff. So when they went and checked the baby, they're just like, it might miscarry. You know, it was just so much
What was the
drama.
reason?
And
They thought that because of the blood?
yeah, because it was so much blood.
Oh, so much blood.
Yeah.
You were bleeding a lot.
Yeah.
How many months were you?
Under 12, I was like 6 weeks.
6 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 or 7 weeks. And my baby boy, he was fighting. So he was just like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here. And it was just a crazy thing. So we thought we were going to lose the baby. We did not lose the baby. And I was really excited. And
Yeah.
the crazy thing is because I didn't want to have kids before, decided that I wanted to have kids. Then I said, okay, I'm pregnant now. And then I was just like, oh man, it's going to mess up my career. Like, oh, I was feeling like ungrateful. And then I almost miscarried.
Right.
And then I was just like, oh no.
Right.
This is my miracle. This is my baby. And then everything changed for me. I was like
Okay.
fully embracing it, in love.
Yeah.
I was in love.
Yeah. For motherhood, what it's taught me is you have to listen to your own intuition,
Yeah.
your gut. There's so many voices coming in. So it's so important to hear the voice of God.
Yeah.
And the voice of God is in you, but you can't hear it if there's so many other voices going on.
It's true. It's very true.
So thank you, Nik. You're on tour here in Europe. So all my European boos, you have to go see her show. And that which she's speaking of, Max and I felt it. Like we felt, like first of all, this bass, okay, when you the way you were able to weave your personal story with music and showmanship, like the way your presence, I almost was like, did she go to school? Like, how did she learn this? Because you were so good at it. And hearing the story about Prince and like, and digging into the neck of the bass, I was just like, a legend, and he left you and he blessed you with a gift, and you're sharing that, and it's impacting our lives, and like, we can live life this way, or someone can show us how to dig in and live life that way. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
That is a message. Look.
What you did last night was a message. So I highly encourage you, whenever you get a chance, if she's ever playing on your show, you have to see her perform. So the only way you'll know is if you are following her on Instagram, and she links everything in her bio. So follow Nik West. Bless yourself with witnessing real-time music, real-time art. Don't witness it on your phone. It's different. Witness it in person, because it really affects you on a vibrational level. So thank you. You're just blessing us. And we have the boys with your son, we're gonna get them and we're gonna have a little moment.
Yes.
So, thank you so much, girl.
Thank you.
She was pushing that heavy on me, like trying to shame me, like,
Same.
you're gonna kill your baby.
Same.
And I'm like, no, I won't. And so I was
Same.
like, their skulls are in 3 parts, and it's designed to